Hey guys, I'm Piggy Dean.
Oh, and I'm Dano.
Yeah, and we're doing a commentary on the Desert Punk's
Desert
first
Perks.
Desert Punk's Desert Punk's first EP, Punk's Not Dead. And there's only a few bands that I know that do commentaries over their albums. I know Ghost does it, and recently heard the Jasons do theirs. I thought it was really cool, and the fact that only few bands do it like opened up a window for us to do this. And so I was like, hey, let's do an album commentary. And well, here we are doing it. We are gonna do the EP, our recent EP, Life Sucks as well. But we thought we might as well knock this one out too as well, like while we're at it. Um, so basically, what we're gonna talk about is we're gonna talk about what happened like before and after the release of the Desert Punks Punk's Not Dead EP. We're not gonna go so far into depth as like talk about the whole history up until now. We're just gonna talk about what happened a little bit after. So basically how this like how the Desert Punks even like became a band is that I played in a band called the Killjoys, which was a punk rock group, a lot like the Desert Punks. A little more hardcore punky though. They were we were like a Black Flag Suicidal Tendencies mix. Um Basically we were a band for like about a good year. We played a couple shows, recorded a few demos, and we just had a really good time. Um the band was me, my buddy Chris, my buddy Aaron, and we basically uh just jammed in a garage for about a good month or so, about that. And we kind of got an offer to play a show at the Nile Theater, and we were like, "Fuck, man, don't turn that shit down. Let's take it." So what we did was we played the show. I think sometime before the show, we recorded a demo of a few songs that we were playing at the time. Then after that, Chris kind of left the band due to lack of interest for it, and we brought in Jake. Um, Jake was in the band technically as a lead guitarist, and Chris was going to be the rhythm guitarist, but Jake couldn't make it to that first show. But after Chris left the group, Jake kind of came in and just kind of took the lead guitar spot. About a couple, I think it was like a couple months later, we played a show at the Big Fish Theater in the Mesa Event Center. Um, that was a pretty good show. Up until the end, we had a big fight and everything, and I temporarily quit the band. Came back really quick though because I wanted to do because I didn't want to stop playing in that band. I like the Killjoys, but we had like a couple more like arguments and whatnot, and I left the band. Uh, how the Killjoys broke up is really debatable. Some say that I left, um, and the band just broke up instantly, and some say that I left the band. Um, then like the band kept going for a while, then it broke up. Whatever story you think is the best, honestly. Um, that same week, me and Jake formed the Desert Punks, which was originally called Brain Dead, but we couldn't use the
Trademark.
name, yeah, because it was trademarked, and so we were like, "Fuck, man, what's a good band name?" And after some joking around and whatnot, we decided to call the band, the Desert Punks, and we were really debating the name at first because most were arguing that it was kind of cheesy. It was, just a really repetitive name. But we were just like, what choice do we have? Because people don't understand how hard it is to come up with an original band name these days. Because there's like so many bands out there. I mean, Desert Punks we thought for a while was trademarked because we found a band called um, the Low Desert Punks, and we were like in shock at first because we thought it was just called the Desert Punks. We were like, "Fuck, man!" But we found out totally different name. totally different genre of music, but it's really it's pretty much an original name as far as I'm concerned.
And then there's an anime called The
Yeah,
Desert Punk.
there's an anime show called The Desert Punks, but we looked it up and it's not trademarked or anything as far as we're informed.
Even if it is, does it really matter considering it's an anime?
Um, I don't think
We're a band. Like, it's two different things.
that's true actually, because there's a what was it? There's a Crimson Ghost TV show and there's a Crimson Ghost Ghost band, and I don't think it really does matter. But
Yeah.
anyway, we were a band for about a month, and we were like, hey, we got enough songs to do an EP, so we were like, all right, let's do an EP. A lot of the songs on the EP, actually, I think like 5 out of 6 of them were Desert Punk, or not Desert Punks, Killjoy songs. My bad. Um, that I wrote or co-wrote. Um, Basically, we recorded the EP in a day, in an hour, I think tops. We pressed it and said, okay, it's done. The digital pressing of the album turned out really bad on my behalf because I was in charge of that. Basically, I've really fucked up the drum and vocal tracks. I made those two louder than anything else on the album, so it's like the complaints I heard was, you know, it's too loud on, the drums and the singing rather than, the guitar and bass. And, that's like, you can look up the EP for yourself and like find out like how bad I messed up because, it is on the band's YouTube account or channel. Um, you listen to Punk's Not Dead and Life Sucks, and there's like a big transformation, not only in sound and production, but just in songwriting in itself. But basically, after the EP was released, little to no people bought it. Because we made the grave mistake of putting it on cassette tape, which I am a big fan of cassette tapes. I love cassette tapes. But the problem is, um, yeah, you can't get anyone to buy it. Nobody really owns a cassette tape. Barely anybody owns a CD player for that matter, besides their car. Everyone uses that digital download, what good are digital downloads, man? You can't snort coke off that shit. No, I'm just kidding. But basically, the EP did open up some windows for us. Actually, surprisingly enough, we got a gig at the Nile Theater. We got invited to some Backyard Bash shows because of it. Dano didn't like the Backyard Bash shows. I did. Because I love playing in a backyard. I thought it was cool.
It's not the back. It's not the idea. It's the person who was hosting it.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, we're not gonna go into detail into that to avoid controversy. But basically, after the EP was released, we kind of quickly followed it up with Life Sucks, and that's basically what we're gonna do commentary on next. So yeah, that's basically a run through of how the Desert Punk started and what led up to the recording of this EP. So join us in for the next part, and we're gonna talk about the songs and the production and what the songs are about. So yeah, can't wait for that. Piggy and Dano checking out for the moment.